Hello, this is Dr. Dell again. This video is on alphabetic list problem, talking about in the letter F. Today I'm going to talk about the disease called failure to thrive, which means usually refer to the children like 5 years or younger. Could be even younger, like the infant or the toddlers. So is there any associated disease with failure to thrive need to warrant an emergency visit? Probably there is, if the depends on the cause of failure to thrive. If the situation is very bad, the malnutrition or the causative disease by other causes, so that probably a need to visit the emergency for the well-being of the child. It depends on the causes and depends how severe it is. Usually it is it's identified during the regular physical exam follow-up with the infant. After the infant is born, regularly visiting physicians and to follow the growth chart to see whether there is a failure to thrive or and based on the standard. So what is the failure to diagnose as the failure to thrive? There is used to be a 95% below the 95% or the body weight less than 5% of the normal range in that specific age. And nowadays, I think it's 15%, from 95 changed to 85. So that means increase the sensitivity, but may have decreased the specificity. What I mean by that is that there's some of the minority group, the short status, it doesn't have to, even though your body weight, the infant's body weight is not meet the 85% or 95% like previously, or 85%. It could be just the short status. How to identify failure to thrive versus short status? X-ray to check the bone age. Usually that's one of the method to tell whether it's failure to thrive or genetically just a short status. So regardless, if the child on top of the low body weight, there's some other symptoms like the sign of malnutrition, do not smile, do not cry that much, or do not or associated with other problems, either feeding or isolated or crying all the time, or do not smile that much and feel uncomfortable. So if that's the case, that probably not the low body weight, not from the short status, instead of probably just malnutrition caused failure to thrive. So this is in nowadays, it still could happen. Depends on what are the causes for this failure to thrive. Malnutrition could be a physiological disease, for example, the pancreas disease or the digestive tract disease. There are many causes can induce this kind of malnutrition, because either the nutrient is not provided enough, or the nutrient cannot be absorbed or cannot be digested. So these are the causes of or the sociological, psychological, sociological causes. The isolation, the child was isolated, ignored, or even worse situation, the child was not provided enough nutrition. So that also can cause the failure to thrive, but it's not quite common nowadays, especially in developed country. But in the underdeveloped or developing country, it's quite common, low body weight. So again, how to identify this? Usually during the regular physical, for all the infants, has to follow up with the physician after about 1 week, 3 days, 1 week, month, and monthly, and 6 months, and yearly. So this is one reason to identify. Or the daycare teacher can find the child has not eating well, or low body weight, or not easy to comfort. So these are also the possibility could be from the malnutrition. Then further complications would be the failure to thrive. So there's another all the other causes, like the subtle congenital disease, which was not identified, like either heart disease or red blood cell disease, that cannot carry the oxygen, cannot metabolize well, so also can cause this failure to thrive. So basically many causes, either disease interfere the absorption of nutrients, or nutrients is not provided enough, or social psychological isolation causes can cause this failure to thrive. And one of the differential diagnoses, as I said, is the short status. You can tell probably from genetics, either mother or father short than normal average, or mother father are not short, but from previous generation probably there's some genetic cause, just a short status. But regardless, if the body weight is low, need to check lower than 85% or lower than 15% of the normal average standard weight for the age stratified standard weight, then need to see the physician to find out whether it's from failure to thrive or whether it's from the short status. So the complication for failure to thrive is not just the physiological low weight, all the other development milestones, like the language, the sensation, the movement, and the intellectual development, all will be impaired if this failure to thrive, not just only the body weight lower than average, lower than the standard. So regardless, if you have a child is really low body weight without any identified genetic cause of or short stature, so if that's the case, see the physician and see whether there is some subtle or undiagnosed conditions, either from digestive system, blood system, or any other like pancreas, liver, or any other hidden disease can cause this. Probably if that's the case, then if you bring the child to the doctor, your family doctor or pediatricians, they will identify and to tell you what is the cause for the low weight, and to tell you how to correct, how to make the infant grow as normal to meet the milestone for different age group. So this is, since we're on the letter F, I think about this. It's not quite common, but still there's some, in terms of incidence rate, is not very high, but there's still some, for whatever the cause, that the body weight is lower than 15%, or the development milestone cannot be reached. So that's probably one of the cause, because the failure to thrive. So I brought the video brought this topic here. Hope to just remind you, if you're a new mother or if you're expecting, so then just you know it. Just pay attention to your child's development intellectually and physiologically. So I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.